So 2024 has been a very transformative year for me, that I achieved my goals way faster than I thought because my active change in my career and stock investment decisions, my entire portfolio has grown really well thanks to the stock market, and my investment income was for the first time got super close to a full-time income. So with all those characteristics, I can say that in the last year, I hit some milestones in the financial freedom journey by achieving a close to FIRE state, which means that you don't have to save money for the entire retirement, but you can continue to work to sustain your current life, but you can stop contributing to your retirement if you want to. Even though I cannot say that I can quit my job and not work from now unless I decide to live on an island in Southeast Asia, which that could be possible. So this has really given me a taste of what financial freedom feels like and looks like, which also makes me wonder what's after that. So up to this point, I've been always chasing the goal of achieving financial freedom and wanting to save a large amount of money so I can choose not to work if I want to. But this is not the end of the story. Is that having the freedom on choosing not to work as the end goal? This is something caused me to think. We often think or say that when I got promoted or when I make $1 million a year or when I saved X million dollar of money, I'll be happy. This is a goal-based happiness. We base our happiness on our goals and achievements. This is like happily ever after promise from the fairy tale. But no one has ever told us what happens after. The prince and princess got married. What happened? They might fight. They might go through a difficult time. They might have a child and they might experience life suffering. And those are the things the fairy tale never told us. So it's very common in the society that people think that the goal-based happiness is the end-all be-all. But if you look back to your entire life, in a point you achieved your goal, you barely even have the time to enjoy and celebrate it. Oftentimes, people are just busy with moving on to the next goal. And that's how we're being trained as human. And so there's a lot of people who hit the goal of financial freedom and go to the retirement or retirement early through the FIRE movement, and they all into this retirement blue. People have issues with spending money and people have this sense of boredom and they have nothing to do. And some of them even choose to go back to work. And some of them were left with anxieties when they're spending money. So boredom really is a thing that sometimes we don't take enough time to look at. So money is really a tool to get us what we want. It's a currency. And inherently, it doesn't really have a value. And there's a lot of people mistaken money as an end goal for achieving happiness. And that's where things goes wrong. When we're going after a number in our bank account or the paper form of money that doesn't inherently have any value, it's almost a guarantee that we're not going to be happy because the number doesn't really mean anything. And I think the fundamental question is that you can ask yourself is, imagine right now that you are financially free. And what are the things would you like to do that the current version of you will not do? And you will find the answers typically can be very simple. Sometimes can be that I will finally start my YouTube channel that I've been always wanting to start. Then why don't you start it right now? Or it could be that I will finally take the classes that I always wanted to take, but why don't you take the classes now? Or some people will say, I want to go on the vacation place, my dream vacation place when I'm retired, but why don't you go to the vacation places and travel now? Okay, it's about money. I get it. But if you narrow it down to the actual numbers, how much money is actually going to take you to achieve that goal, to go to that vacation, to take that class, to start a YouTube channel, you will find out this number is actually not far reach from you. Sometimes we really need to be honest with ourselves. It's really easy to not have enough money as an excuse to put on hold of things that's important for our lives. So go take that class, start the YouTube channel, and you'll find a way to get resources to fulfill those things for you, to bring you joy. And you'll start to realize those goals and those finally happy ever after type of fairy tale goals is actually not far from you. It's a lot easier for you to reach them instead of reaching for the financial freedom. So let's take a moment to think about this. What makes us think that we have to achieve X, Y, and Z in order to be happy, to be free? Where is that even coming from? Who and what make us believe that we are not free? Is that from our childhood that we have to go to school, we have to listen to our parents, and we don't have time for ourselves? Or after we graduated from college, we get to work 8 hours a day for the entire day, which is most of our waking hours, and it makes us feel that we're not free. We don't have control over our time. But the fact is, you can always have a choice to allocate your time differently. For example, right now I'm filming this video at 6:30 a.m. in the morning. I have a full daytime job, but this is how I achieve my freedom without having achieved all my financial goals yet. And the last thing is to have a purpose. Purpose in life is not only a North Star, but in my opinion, is what makes your life truly meaningful. What truly brings fulfillment and happiness in life. Sometimes we thought are those Instagram perfect life, enjoy a fancy vacation, a fancy dinner, and having a fancy handbag lifestyle. Those are the things that bring us joy. Or being recognized by others in our achievement or making millions of dollars. Those things does bring joy for a short amount of time. Don't get me wrong. But those are the things like the fleeting moments in life. They never stay. You feel really good in those moments and for a very short amount of time, but then you go right back to your baseline. So the true path to long-lasting, sustaining happiness and joy is to really bring up your baseline. All your baseline levels, you are always in joy, happy, and bliss. And those are your baseline state. Whenever good things happens in your life will be just a slight addition to it, or when something doesn't go really well in your life, it will be just a slight lower than your sustainingly happily ever after joy. So that is what purpose for. When you find your life living under the purpose that you are going after, and you will be living in those sustaining long-term joy. And I am still in the journey of finding my own purpose. And I found that helping people to live a more fulfilling life is something that makes me truly happy. So I decided to do more of that with my content, my YouTube channel, and my day-to-day life. So if you want to stay in that loop, please don't forget to subscribe. Maybe you're still in the journey of searching for your own purpose, and don't worry, you can always decide on one and then later change your mind, and no one will hold you accountable for it besides yourself. But the key thing is to make sure what you decide on truly feels good to yourself, and the purpose you choose is truly what you're passionate about. And then when you really look back to your life and you can say that I made a contribution to this world and I had a purposeful life. Time is ultimate equalizer. We all have the same amount of time. Difference is where do we choose to pour our time and energy in, and how do we make it meaningful? So that's everything I want to chat about today, life after financial freedom. And feel free to leave your comment below. I would love to learn what's in your mind. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.